Are you little brown button spiders? Oh, sorry, I breathed on them funny. Don't. They look like brown button spiders, but we'll just pretend that that's not the case and carry on. And I'll just casually sweep some of them off my leg. Oh, the rhino carcass. Wonder what's been playing here. I wonder if it was a person that was playing here. No, it wasn't. It was a hyena. I mean, its tracks are here as clear as day. It just goes to show that even an ancient carcass, and this carcass is about 2 years old, hyenas might still come and have a little bit of a chew. It's not like they didn't know it was here either, but maybe the hyena was just feeling a bit bored. His tracks are all over the place, so it was definitely a hyena. That, by the way, this rhino wasn't a poaching victim. It was a rhino that died of natural causes. That is really smelly, actually. But also, the hip joint, so part of the pelvis of this rhino, they're really, really massive. And this is a small rhino. This was a small rhino. There's still a little bit of meat on the muscle attachment point into the bone. So there was something for this hyena to chew on. You can see clearly the socket, the way that the joint would sit in the ball and socket joint of the hip. It's really very cool. So that's the hip bone, or part of the hip bone. Apparently this one had a fight with another rhino. I'm going to put it back off the road. Ugh, need some hand sanitizer. This is its head, or part of its head. This is the strength of a hyena. This is heavy. This is really very heavy. This weighs more than that giraffe skull does in the tent with James. So this was a rhino skull. Hold on a minute. You don't really get to talk about them all that often, so we might as well take the opportunity to. Oh, that's quite gross. Alright, so this is the top part of the head, and this is where the brain sits behind here. This is the orbital cavities over here. And then the nose has been largely chewed off by hyenas. The growth plate of the horn sits around about here. So this nose would typically extend another half a foot outwards in a proper skull. And the growth point sits over here and over here. And you can actually very clearly see that this wasn't a poaching victim, because the growth point of the second horn is still visible. And that's the part that usually gets cut away when poachers hack them up, which is terrible to say, but there's no point in denying it. And then here, it's teeth. Can you see it there, Craig? Are they high enough? The molars. Yeah. Over there. So there you go. Hyena dragged it out, had another good chew for some reason. Can't have tasted that great. And it's not like, maybe there is a shortage of food around, but I don't think so. Now let's pop this back as well. Here we go. So we know about this rhino skull. We've driven past it many times, but I've never seen it out in the open like this. Obviously the hyena had a great time. There's a vertebra for a sense of scale. And as I said, this is not a big rhino, or wasn't a particularly big rhino. Here we go. Ugh.